What's up everyone, in this video we're talking about Narja and everything you need to know about this character and how to build her. We're gonna talk about the cards, partners, save data, materials, everything you need to build this character the right way. And the first thing we're gonna start talking about is about the cards. So we have 8 cards as we have in all of the other characters. On this one you want to remove the first one. The first one is not needed at all, you don't need this card, you can remove it right away. And then you have these 2 cards. On these 2 there is an option, you can keep them because they are quite useful, they provide healing and also veracity. And before we talk about the epiphanies and everything, we should talk about how veracity and predation and mealtime work, because this will be really important to know which cards you should pick and how to build this character. So firstly, talking about veracity. Veracity is a buff that you can get, and for each buff, every time you hit an enemy with attack card, you gain 40% fixed heal and 30% more damage to those attack cards. And this effect will be activated every time you hit an enemy with an attack card. If it's an attack card that hits 3 times, then this buff will be activated on the first hit and not the next ones. It's the same thing with predation. So veracity gives you 30% damage, 40% healing. For predation is a bit different, it doesn't provide any healing, but it provides 80% damage for your attack cards. So every time you deal a hit with your attack card, you get more 80% damage with this buff. And finally we have the mealtime. Mealtime is a bit different, this is a unique card. And this card will be very important for you because you want to know where this card is, if it's in your draw pile or the graveyard, because this can increase your ego skill. If you check the ego skill, if the mealtime is in the graveyard, you gain 5 predation. So if you wave this card on the graveyard, you will get 5 more predation, and this will be more stacks that will help you to deal damage. And this card is 6 cost, but don't worry, because every time you decrease 1 stack of veracity, it will decrease the cost by 1. So probably when you use this card, it will be 0 cost when you're using it. So it's a retain card, so you can reduce the cost of this card pretty easily. So as I said, if you want to keep these 2 cards, you have some potentials that will increase the healing from this card and damage and everything. So it's a good option to keep them. If you want just to play with the other cards, then you can remove them. But if you can't, then these 2 should be fine because they can help you with the healing and more damage. Talking about the first card that provides you Epiphany, we have the Shackles of Hunger. During this guide, I'll talk about which is the best card, second and third. I'm gonna rank them this way, where the first is the best one, third will be your third option. So the first option that you want to get on these Epiphanies, Shackles of Hunger, will be the first one. First one is a win-win, it deals damage 4 times and gives you 6 veracity on attunement. If you don't know what is it, every time you draw this card into your hand will activate this attunement effect. So every time you draw this card you gain 6 veracity. So it's a really good one, it's the best pick you can get. Second pick will be the fourth one, okay? This is a retain card and can be a really good option as well. This one will decrease your veracity by max of 5, but at the same time will increase 40% damage amount to the next used attack card. And if you decrease 5 veracity, you gain 3 predation. So you lose 5 stacks that give you some attack damage amount, but at the same time you get 3 stacks of predation that gives you 80% each one. So it's a win, you lose, but you win at the same time, it's 1 cost. The third pick will be the middle one. This one doesn't provide you any veracity or predation, but will deal 3 hits, and if you wave 4 veracity, will add 1 hit for each 4 veracity. So if you have 12, you will deal 6 total hits with this card, so you can deal a really nice amount of damage. Then for this one, it's a lose because it will decrease the amount of hit, will decrease the amount of the stacks of veracity. And then the last one can be useful if you're using with a character that provides you shields and works with shields and deals damage depending on the amount of shield you wave. So can be an option in some teams. But in general, this is the best cards you can get, and the first one you want to pick will be the first one. Next, we have the bottomless hunger. So on this one, the first pick will be the best option, the first card. This one provides you 3 veracity, and the next 2 times veracity is activated will increase the cost of one random card by 1 for 1 turn. So if you activate 2 veracity, you will decrease 2 costs of 2 random cards. So if you want to get more copies of this one, will be the best choice to build this character. If you have more of these cards, then it means you can decrease the cost of more cards in your hand, and eventually every card in your hand will be 0 cost, and you can use all of those cards in 1 turn. The next one will be the second card. This one is a bit similar to the first one. It will increase the cost of 2 random cards in hand by 1 as well, but it doesn't provide any veracity. The third pick will be the third card. This one is a unique card, and about this character, if you're building another character as your main focus, for example, if you're trying to build Serenial and getting more laser copies, then this character is a good option as a partner because she has a lot of unique epiphanies. And all of these unique cards, they are not available to copy, which increases the chance to copy other characters' cards. So if you're planning to do something like that, Narja will be a great option. So this third card is unique. And this is an upgrade. So you only need to use this card once, and then it disappears from your deck during that fight. When it happens, when veracity is activated 3 times in 1 turn, it will increase the cost of 1 random card in hand by 1 until used. So every turn you have a chance to activate 3 veracity and reduce the cost of 1 card. On a long-term fight, if you're fighting a boss and you need several turns, this will increase the cost of your cards a lot. But of course, if you get a lot of copies of the first one, will be way better, especially because it's 0 cost, so you're not investing any AP and getting a lot back. Then, talking about the next one. So the next one is voluntary control. On this one, the best pick will be the first one. Again, it's a win-win card. If you have 6 stacks, you gain non-veracity. If you have more than 6, then you gain predation. So it's a win-win. You gain veracity or you gain predation if you already have a lot of veracity stacks. Then the second pick will be the voluntary control. This one, you can draw the mealtime to pile. And when using this card, you can increase the damage from your ego skill, and it goes to the graveyard. So if it's in the graveyard, use this card, you get 3 morale, which gives you 60% more damage. And then we have this fifth card that increases the damage of your basic attack cards. And the problem about this card is that we always try to remove our basic cards. So if you don't have any basic cards in your deck, it's not worth it at all, because you're not going to increase any damage since you're not going to use any basic attack cards. But if you do, and if you're planning to keep some of the basic cards, like on Serenial, it's like quite worth it to keep some of the basic cards. Same thing for this character, then this could be an option. If not, the first two will be more useful. Then we have the Domain of Veracity. This one, it will really depend which characters you're playing with this one. So if you're planning to use this character with Serenial, the first character will be your best choice, because it will increase the tenacity and the damage taken off the target, and when it's ravaged, you get 3 veracity. So if you're planning to do this, this will be your best pick. In general, the best pick will be Domain of Veracity, because this one will work with every character you're playing with, and at the same time, for 2 turns will increase the damage the enemies are taking for 100% for 2 turns, which can be a lot of damage during those turns. But if you are planning to play only with Serenial, then this will be your first pick. If not, this will be your first pick. Then the third option, so this will be your first option, second, or if you're playing with Serenial, this will be your first, then this will second. The third option will be this one, okay? The last one will give you more healing if you use the mealtime. This one will increase the damage and healing as well. But this one, even if it's 3 costs, it's really worth it. Because with 3 costs, if you can reduce with your other cards the cost of this card, you can reduce it to 0. And this deals insane damage. It deals 371. And if granted both veracity and predation, it will activate one more time. So you deal 371 AoE damage twice. which is a lot of damage. Probably you're gonna one-shot your enemies. So this can be a really good option if played well. And finally, we have the mealtime. So we already talked about this card. It provides you, it decreases the costs if you use mealtime, and health adds 30% heal amount, max 10 until used. Also deals a area of damage, healing, and gives you 4 production. So this card, it's high cost, but if you play with this mechanic, will be 0 cost every time you use this card. Also, it's a retain card, so you can wait until you use your veracity stacks and get this to 0 cost and then use it. This is all you need to know about the cards for this character. Then, talking about the partners. Obviously, the best partner you can use with this character will be Gaia, because this character works with defense. More defense you have, it reduces the damage you are taking and also will increase the damage you're dealing. So this partner will increase 8% of the defense, increasing healing and reduce damage. Besides that, this partner is ideal to Narja because it will increase 20% defense-based damage amount to instinct cards. And also, when using a unique attack card with an original cost of 6, which is mealtime, will increase 20% of the damage amount to all allies, okay? So every ally will have 20% more damage, okay? Which is a lot. Besides that, the ego skill is only 3 cost and will generate an attack card into your hand. The second pick will be Alyssa, which is this one. This one is a 4-star partner. You probably already have this one, and this one will increase the defense percentage, okay? So the base is 12. As you guys can see, this is 0, she gives 8, Alyssa gives 12. So the only good side of this partner, it will increase the defense, reduce damage with more defense, increase damage with more defense, and also gives you some more healing, and also 1 more morale, increasing 20% the damage with the ego skill. This will be your second pick. Pretty straightforward. And then the third option will be Nyx. Okay, Nyx is the 5-star partner, and this one will increase the health and healing amount by 10%. And when a silent combatant draws for the first time, will increase 10% damage to all allies. The only issue about this one is that the ego skill is 4 EP, so it's very high cost. And with this, you can discard up to 3 cards and get some cards back into your hand, and this way play the card that you really need. So it can be very useful, but it does not provide much. It provides you 10% damage dealt by allies, but it does not provide any defense. And the fourth pick, which can be an amazing pick, is using Yvonne. So Yvonne as passive will increase defense by 8 on the level 0, but you probably already have a few copies like I have. And if you increase the ego to 4, to level 5, it will jump to 16%. Okay, so level 5 will increase the defense to 16%, which is a lot. And when the silent combatant does not use attack card by the end of the turn, it will also heal. So this part of the passive will not be really great because you're really probably going to be using a lot of attack cards and not activating this passive, but at least this defense will be quite good. And then if you activate the ego skill, this too gives you healing 1 fortitude, not that much, and that's why it's the fourth pick. Then let's talk about the items, okay? So about the equipment. For this character, there are several ways to build this character. You can build as a main DPS, I'll talk about the teams. As a main DPS, support, or just as a general build that can work in several ways, DPS or support. So if you're planning to use this character as a support, mostly of the time, the best item you can get will be Tentacle of Chaos. Tentacle of Chaos is an amazing pick, will give 8% more damage to all your allies. So as a support, this is really the best pick. If you want to focus this character as a DPS, then getting the Mutant Predator Spike or the Obsidian Sword will increase your damage a lot. But there are also another good options, which is purple items. And you have the Formicus Perfect Spike, you have the Lepidolus Whip and Shellbog Horn that will increase your critical damage. I'll show you these items and where you can farm those ahead. These items can be really good and increase your damage as well. And these are the few options you can use as the weapon. For the armor, you can use Wing of Freedom. Wings of Freedom will increase 10% of your damage up to 3 stacks. So 3 stacks will increase 30% the damage. You can use Shell of Aberration because this character works with defense percentage. and this mythic item will provide you defense percentage, increasing your damage and also reducing the damage you're taking, or the empty void, which is also a mythic item, and will at the start of the turn will give you the option to discard 3 cards, and this way have a better start. And finally, we have the trinkets. On the trinket side, you can use the emblem of exceptional intensity, will be the best one, give you 30% more damage. You can use the sphere of randomness, will give you some health and provide you more utility. The superconductive protein will reduce the cost of 1 card in your hand, so will provide you with some utility as well. And the source of the forbidden, that every time you are hit will apply a debuff on the enemy, and this can provide some utility as well. So these are a few items you can use to build your character. And on the trinket, I forgot to talk, you can use the blue cube as well, that provides you plus 25 more damage if you want to use this character as a damage dealer as well. If not, and you prefer to get some utility, those other options will be way better. Now talking about the potentials. So on this character, if you're planning to keep the first 2 cards, not the first, the second, the third card, which are basic cards, will provide you healing and velocity, then you can upgrade your basic cards and this will increase your healing, but you don't really need to. Okay, I will not upgrade like I did. Okay, just keep it to 1, should be fine, you don't really need it. This one, same thing, you don't need to upgrade this one. This one, if you're planning to keep the basic cards, this will give you 2 more velocity from the basic cards. So I think it's quite worth it to keep those cards and increase it to 2. This way will give you 2 more velocity and get more stacks. This one is worth to upgrade because will increase the damage from your unique cards and also the healing. That will increase the damage from this card, will increase the damage from this card. So can be really useful to upgrade the unique one. This one, when you can upgrade this one, it increases your defense percentage. So less damage taken, more damage dealt. This one, critical strike chance. This character is really good to build with critical strike chance. This is one of the stats that scales better, get more damage. This one, if using the basic cards again, this will increase the healing. Again, you don't really need this one, will increase a bit of your healing, but you don't really need to invest on this one. But the one that you want to invest as soon as possible, so this will be your top priority, is this one. This one will increase 10% damage amount to velocity, and if you have more than 300 defense, will increase 20% damage to predation. So this is your priority. Get this one, alright? Leave the ones for later if you want to upgrade a bit more, make her stronger. This is your top priority. Then we have the memory fragments. So before I talk about which are the best memory fragments, let's talk about which main stats and substats you aim for. So for the imagination, you should go with defense percentage. On desire, you should go with instinct percentage damage. And on ideal, you should go for critical strike rate. If you already have really good substats with critical strike rate, go with critical strike damage. Until then, critical strike chance first. And for the substats, you should go with critical strike chance. Try to get some substats with really good critical strike chance. And then look for some critical damage percentage, defense flat, and defense percentage as well. This will scale your damage and also help with the damage taken. And this is the main stats and substats you should aim for. Then talking about which memory fragments you should get. There are a few options that you can pick, and the easiest and best one in general will be a 2-2-2. So 2 sets of Tetras, obviously, will increase your defense percentage. Then go with the critical damage one, which is this one, Executioner's Tool. And then you have a few options. You can go with Blackwing, it will increase your attack percentage, or you can go with Set Scarab. This will increase the damage of your basic cards and the healing. So if you're not using basic cards, don't get Set Scarab, get the Blackwing. This will increase your attack percentage no matter what cards you're using. But this will be a more of a flex slot. So you want to get Executioner's Tool, you want to get Tetra's Authority, and the third one, you can just flex, go whatever you need at that moment. You can go with the Healer's Journey, increase your HP, or just go for the Blackwing, increase your damage. But if you're playing this character with Ceronial, then you can go with Judgment's Flames. This one, if you ravage the character, will increase your damage. So if you're planning to use this character with Serenial, this will be your best pick. So Judgment Flames and then get the Tetra's Authority to get more defense percentage. These will be the best picks. Instinctual Growth, increase the Instinct card as well, but only if you have more than 4 cards, so the 2-2-2 sets will be a way better option, and Judgment Flames if you're playing with Serenial, and that's basically it. There's no need to make it more complex. This is the best way to build and the best memory fragments you can pick. Then we're gonna talk about Ego. So Ego, I don't really think you need to get any Ego on this character. If you want to invest and if you can afford for it, go and get all of it. I don't think it's really worth it, especially on this character. Keep it like this without any Ego. It should be fine, but let's have a look. The first one will give you 2 more predation to the mealtime card, so it will give you 2 extra predation. On a long fight, this will give you extra damage, but it's not a big boost. You're probably not going to use this character as a main damage dealer. It really depends on the content they're releasing, but I don't think it's worth it. Second one, I don't think it's worth it at all. It's 25% chance to gain 1 Veracity, so not a really good one. Third one will increase just your predations hunting gained by mealtime is in graveyard by 3, so it will increase your Ego skill by 3, the predation amount you gain. Again, will give you 3 more stacks that deal 80% damage, not a big deal. 4 will give 30% damage amount to predation, so this fourth one can be a really good boost to your damage if you are getting a lot of predation stacks. The fifth one just increase your potential, so not really worth it. And the last one at the end of the turn deals 50% damage, base damage to random enemies and heal 1% health for each predation decrease this turn. So this will give you some survivability, but I don't think it's worth it. Neither this one. If you can afford, go up to 4 and this should be more than fine. This one and this one, and the last one will not be a big boost. Maybe this one will increase a bit more because it will increase all the predation stacks, so it will increase the damage a lot. The third one is not worth it, neither this first two. I mean, this one is just giving you 2 more predation to 1 single card, which is a mealtime, unless you copy it, but it's not a big boost. This one, the fourth one, is the bigger boost over all these Egos, but in my opinion, I don't think she needs any Ego skills. Will provide a bit of more damage, but don't worry if you don't have any copies of her, she work just fine like this. Then about the teams, if you're planning to use this character as your main DPS, then you want to use this character, Narja, with other supports like Veronica or Nia or even Ray. These will be good supports to use with Narja. But if you're planning to use her as a support, then one of the best teams you can use will be Serenial, Narja and Kalip, or using Serenial, Narja and Veronica. These will be an amazing teams to use. Then, again, if you're using Narja as support, the other characters you can use as a main DPS will be Serenial, as I said, Mainlin and Shizuru. These will be the best main DPSs you can use with Narja. And then you need another support. The other supports you can use will be Veronica, as I already said. You can use Nia, which is here. You can use Nia, or you can use Ray. Another great option will be Cassius, especially if using Serenial. Guys, Serenial, Cassius, and Narja will be an amazing combo. They're all instinct, and these are the teams you want to use. And then what about the farming? So at the moment we have the Chaos mode and the Chaos 0, so you want to merge and get a really good high tier. And the best word you can farm will be Twin Star Shadow. These are the best ones so far, because it's an instinct, so it will be easier to ravage your characters, deal damage, easier to farm, even if it's a higher tier. And then from equipment you can find really good stuff on this world. The items I talked about, you will be able to find them here. So this is one of the first ones, the Formica's Perfect Spear. This one will increase the damage 7% for each enemy and 10% the AoE damage. And the other one is this one that will increase the damage from cards that are cost 1 or less by 25%. And the other one, this one, the Shellbug Horn, that will increase 20% critical damage. These are amazing mythic equipment that will increase the damage you deal. But if you're farming a different Chaos and you get, like I said, the Tintal of Chaos will be a good option as well. There are several ones. but overall I think this is the easiest world to farm in a high tier and get more equipment and more stuff from there, and there's a lot of items you can find in the shop and get from this one. And this way you can farm better gear, equip your character, and with the new modes that we can find here, the tower, this will help you a lot to progress and climb on this. So I hope this video was helpful. Comment below if you have any other questions or if you need any guidance. I'll be happy to help you. Hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget, leave your like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.